How to date your partner when you're having kids? This might be a really important question that you have been asking yourself over the last few weeks, months, or even years since you've been having children. I know it's not always easy to create that intentional space for yourself and your partner once kids are in the picture, but it's not impossible. So in today's video, I want to share with you a couple of different strategies and ideas on how you can get back on track to dating your partner and creating those loving, connected feelings with each other. So I would say, let's get started. Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Arndt, and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer, and I'm super excited that you are here today because I know that you've been really asking yourself the question, how can I date my partner and create that space when having children? You might be feeling very disconnected from your partner right now. You might be feeling really stressed with work or stressed with childcare, and it's not always easy to create that space then and be still energized and excited to spend time with your partner in the evenings or during the weekends when everything already feels so overwhelming. So let's sit together and talk about a couple of really important, really good ideas on how you can get back on track to creating that intentional space and feeling more connected with your partner. If you are also curious to learn a little bit more about how to manage stress as a working parent, I do have a podcast episode for you on that one, which is really cool, so make sure to check out this video here. And alright, I would say let's jump into the first strategy on how to date your partner. The first, and honestly one of my favorite ideas on how to date your partner, is to create day dates. What are day dates and what are they good for? Well, when you are having day dates, it means that you actually don't even need to get childcare because your child is maybe in kindergarten or in childcare, and you have the time and space to actually connect with each other. So instead of hiring an expensive nanny or babysitter or asking your family and friends to watch your children, you can overcome this by basically creating day dates. Maybe you and your partner are taking the day off in order to really find some time together. And that is really cool as well, because oftentimes if you are, for example, planning any activities during that day, there might be a lot more affordable during the week than they are during the weekend. So day dates are a really powerful way in order to connect with your partner, have time for each other, and not even have to pay for childcare. The second idea that I have for you today is to ask family or friends to watch your kids in order to create space to date your partner. I know this is not always a given, so this is just one of the options that you have, and I will share another option with you here in the next idea that I have, because sometimes you might not have a connection with your family, or you don't have friends that want to watch your children, or your family is super far away, right? But if you have family close and if you have friends that are in the same boat with childcare, then it could be really powerful to ask for their help. And don't be afraid to ask for their help, because I know sometimes it can feel a little bit uncomfortable to ask, or it takes a little bit more of a planning effort in order to make it happen. But don't let this be the reason why you are not dating your partner anymore. Create that space and create those intentions and ask for help in order to make sure that you are investing quality time into each other. The third idea that I have for you today is to ask parents that also have children to watch each other's kids. This is a really good idea, maybe even if you are a single parent and you don't really know how to create self-care space for yourself, and you feel sometimes super overwhelmed and you wish you would just have an hour or two for yourself after work. And it's okay to feel like that. It's okay that you feel guilty. I know that a lot of parents live with guilt about not spending enough time with their children, but you can only show up as your best self if you are investing time in yourself and in your partnership, obviously, as well. So the idea that I have for you here is to ask and work with parents on doing childcare together. What that means is that one of the parents is basically watching the children while the other couple takes a few hours off to go on a date. And this works really well because oftentimes, obviously, all parents have the same issues. They don't have time to spend with each other, and so they're feeling overwhelmed and disconnected. And so make sure that you are asking parents that you have met at childcare, for example, or at school, in order to see if they would be interested in trading nights off in order to be there for each other. And this can be a really, really powerful way to support your friends, support friends that have children as well, and trade with each other. So one night you are off and another night, maybe the week after, the other couple is taking off. And that can work really well in order to create those spaces for each other. Another really important and good idea is to create intentional space for dates at home after your kids go to sleep. I know it is the easiest thing that after work and after bringing the kids to bed, you just either get some dinner and sit in front of the TV and just switch off and veggie out because you're absolutely exhausted and overwhelmed and stressed and tired and you don't want to really connect with anyone at that moment in time. Or to obviously go back into work mode and get back on your computer and laptop and continue working on a couple of different things that you think are important. But at the same time, it is also really, really important that you are creating space for the couple. It's really important to create intentional space for your relationship. So instead of, for example, spending time on cooking, why don't you order some food and make it a special date night at home after the kids have gone to bed? Leave the TV off and create a nice setting, right? Set up some candles, put up some wine glasses, and make sure that you are really creating that space and that intention to connect with your partner. Your partner is going to be super grateful for it, and even though you might just do that for an hour and then you sit down in front of your computer or you sit down in front of your TV, that's okay. But these little moments are important. It doesn't always have to be a whole long extended evening. It doesn't always have to be going out and hiring a babysitter. You can very well do that in your own space as well. Try it out. It works really well. The next strategy that I want to share with you is a little bit of a different one, and I have a little thing here for you that I wanted to show you. One thing that I really love to do with my partner in order to connect with him and in order to make sure that we are creating some intentional space for conversation as well is to play the Create the Love cards, or some kind of card game that is giving you different kinds of journaling prompts in order to just have deeper conversations. Because let's be honest, sometimes it's really difficult to have these conversations and to really sit down and create that space. And these cards are really cool in order to do that. They have different categories, and then there's these questions on the back. And yeah, and it's sometimes really cool and fun to just do 2 or 3 of these cards in the evening in order to create some more intentional conversation. Could also be that once a month you are setting the attention together with your partner to play this and to really connect with each other. This is a really wonderful way to be together and to feel connected, because let's be honest, we oftentimes need that emotional connection to also feel then physically connected to our partners again, especially for women. So creating the love cards, I don't get paid to advertise this year. But I think they're really amazing. You can get them on Amazon. Create the Love cards by, let me see, Mark Groves. Super cool thing. There's obviously many other of these type of card decks out there as well that you can play. This is one of my favorites, and I hope this might be something for you as well. And the last thing that I have for you today, the last idea and the last strategy on how to date your partner when you're having kids, is to create intentional space when you're going to sleep. It is really the little things. I already mentioned it a few times now in this video, but it is important that you are creating some space with your partner, some type of connection in order to feel a little bit more together again, right? Because that togetherness feeling is sometimes what we're really lacking, and then we're becoming stressed and overwhelmed, and obviously it doesn't help that we are already stressed and overwhelmed. So you want to bring that back. So even if you don't have a lot of time for dating your partner, you can even bring small intentional strategies into your day-to-day. For example, when you're going to bed with your partner, you could create a little bit of space, a 5-minute, 10-minute ritual at night to talk about 2 things or 3 things that you feel really grateful for today and 1 thing that you felt really challenging. And that again opens up the conversation a little bit and creates that space to connect with your partner, to chat with your partner, to lay in each other's arms or hold each other's hands and just be intentional, not be on the phone, not be in a book, right? Sometimes it's good to read a book together too, but creating these little conversational rituals can really help you to bring back that loving and connected feeling. Those are all the different strategies and ideas that I wanted to share with you today, and in order to make it really clear, let me share them with you one more time. Number 1, day dates during the work week. Number 2, family, siblings watching your kids. Number 3, parents, friends help each other out. Number 4, create intentional at-home date space after the kids went to bed. Number 5, play some type of card games in order to get into conversations. And number 6, go to bed together and each of you say 3 things that you feel grateful for. Those are my ideas for you today, and I really hope that one of these is really resonating with you and you're curious to test it out. Let me know which one of those it is in the comments down below. I always love to hear from you. And if you have any other questions for me, if you have any other challenges that you are experiencing on a day-to-day basis, please let me know. I'm here for you and I'm here to record these videos in order to help you in day-to-day life and work and stressful situations. Thank you so much for watching today's YouTube video, and I hope to see you in the next one.